Hello, it is Friday, April 12th, 2024. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Friday crossword today, so we've got a themeless puzzle, a Friday potentially slightly punny or misdirecting crossword, but it is unthemed, just clues to solve. And this unthemed edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Geeta Karudi, Josh Allen, as always, the indomitable Shulmaster, and another new benefactor. It's Matthew Drake. Thank you so much, Matthew, for signing up to the Daily Solve Patreon campaign. The patrons of this channel are the people who contribute directly and therefore help keep this whole thing going. I'm very grateful to them for that. And if you'd like to join the ranks like Matthew Drake, who's just joined up himself as a benefactor and therefore is entitled to the Daily Solve Let's Check the Crosses official mug, you can do so at patreon.com/dailysolve or via the description field in the link underneath the video. And you'll find there all of the bonus videos, which are available to patrons of any level. And Matthew is among that number as well. So thanks to him. Thanks to everybody who backs the campaign at any level. I really do appreciate it. And thank you as well to everyone who subscribes on YouTube. That's also a big help. And finally, there's that Daily Solve Discord chat server you can join via a description field link. It's a nice, friendly chat community, so do consider checking it out. And what else? I guess that's it. Let's get on to the crossword. So this is, as I said, a Friday themeless construction by Evan Kalish, who's constructed a couple of dozen puzzles for the New York Times, I believe, and it was edited once again by Joel Faliano. So let's start solving and see what we're up to today. No surprise there. Could be something like, I knew it, or I don't actually know. What about this one? It will be a surprise, perhaps. The so-called roof of the world. I feel I've heard this phrase, and it'll be familiar when I see the answer, but I can't think right now. Give a greeting in slang. Not sure I'll probably recognize that as well, but I can't think. Look for, to seek, to... I'm thinking of lots of words that require other words, like scope out, that kind of thing. But I can't think of one that means look for entirely. Keep going. Rentals for some weddings. Tents is my first thought. You might... in terms of something fitting in this space. Let's try it since I have nothing else and see. Makeup of some sleeves informally. Well, they could be tattoo sleeves, tats. It needs to be informal, so that could be the case. I mean, this is plural, so that S would probably be there anyway. It doesn't necessarily help with tense. All-star group. The elite, maybe? Let's try that and see. So cool. Oh, Tibet. The roof of the world, Tibet. I have heard, yes, I have heard that. That does sound right. That is, I'm pretty sure, correct. So then partner who's deep undercover. A bed hog or something? Trying to think of the sort of punny way to read this. Give a greeting in slang. Look for. Look for. To look for someone to... It's going to be so obvious when I see it. No surprise there. Oh, that. Oh, holla, give a greeting. Holla, say hello. I mean, slangier than that, obviously, but look for. This one I still don't see. Promise of a future return. I owe you one, maybe? There you go. Yeah, you could say that to somebody for a promise of a future favor. Oh, await. Oh, right, okay. So in some languages, well... in some languages, sort of awaiting and expecting are all kind of similar word, but look for, await. I look for your reply. I await your reply. I guess that there's probably a simple way to interpret that makes it a really tight match. I think I basically get it, but there's probably a better example that I could be thinking of. Anyway, squirt, a tyke, a little child, or, seafood delicacy, roe. No surprise there. That tracks. There you go. That tracks, as they say. Pen. To author something is to pen it, to write it. Save on rent, say. Couch surf or couch? To save on rent. Habit. Yeah, that could work. Let's see if that works with the crosses. Partner who's deep undercover. Oh, it is blanket hog. Oh, right. What did I say? Did I say? I don't know. I think I said something like that, but it must not have been the right one because the one I said didn't fit the space. I can't remember what I said. Anyway, feeling of tightness, a knot. You could have a knot in a muscle or something. Jason of TV's shrinking. Jason Siegel. I can't remember if his name is spelled E-L or A-L. Take a dim view. To take a dim view of something or somebody is to hate. Maybe not. Well, that would work with this. This could be S-E-G-E-L. What about this? Expire. To expire is to lose. No, I don't know. Jokester, a wag, maybe? You could say someone's a real wag, a real jokester there. I don't know if that's right. It feels like a bit of a random stab, but I'm going to try it. Oh, hate watch. Take a dim view of. So this could be referring to, a television program that you've sort of soured on, but you're still watching it nonetheless. You're sort of hate watching it. You're taking a dim view of it. I like that. That's clever. First name in late night. There's a late night host, Seth Meyers. Pretty sure that's a valid answer. So let's try that. No angels. Imps, maybe, sort of troublesome little children. Because angels also often used to refer to children. So these could be they could be similar in that regard. Two sides of the same coin. Misidentification in the DC universe. I don't know. Is this going to be the name of a comics character? I'm not sure what that wants. Lose steam. To tire, maybe? Oh, it's a bird, it's a plane. This is the thing that derived from the Superman. Well, I don't remember. Someone answered this question last time I asked it. Someone answered in a comment, and now I can't remember if it was derived from an early Superman radio program or if it was derived from the comics. I think my assumption has always been from the radio program. But anyway, it's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's Superman. To indicate that he's flying around, which is one of the reasons it seems appropriate to the radio program, because it paints a picture of Superman flying, which you wouldn't need in a comic because you could simply show him doing that. Anyway, huff. You could be in a bit of a huff, a bit of a snit, a bit of a sort of petulant mood, maybe. Accompaniment for roast lamb. Mint sauce is a common lamb accompaniment. Expire lapse as a subscription. Your subscription could lapse. It could expire. And reason for a fair alert could be a price rise or drop, maybe? Price drop? Let's try that and see. Clearing, a glade, so in a forest or something. There we go. Field you can feel, maybe an aura, so, sort of, I don't know, an energy field or something that you can feel radiating from somebody. Whoa, easy, you might say, to try and calm someone down. NFL team that has sold out every home game since 1970. Wow, that's astonishing. The Broncos, I guess I don't know how common that is, but I would assume not very. That seems quite extraordinary. Go down. So if a tide goes down, it ebbs. And letters in an empty slot, you could say TBD or TBA, to be determined or to be announced. Don't know which I think is more likely. Hot topic in criminology. Interesting. I assume this is a punny thing that has something to do with a category of evidence or something. But I'm not quite sure I see what it is. What is this one? Considering retirement, sleepy. So if you're considering retiring in the sense of going to bed, not leaving your job, you might be sleepy. And Blank Kirk Christensen, founder of the Lego Company. Oh. I don't know. Ole, maybe? Or that sounds like it could be a name. Does that have anything to do with the letters in the name Lego? I don't know. You could spell Oleg with Lego letters. Hot topic in criminology. Oh, arson. I see. It's not an element of evidence. It's the name of crime. and it deals with a hot crime in the sense that fire is hot. Okay, so locale of the angle point on Nevada's western border. Is it Tahoe? I say that because Lake Tahoe straddles Nevada and California, so it is on Nevada's western border. Oh, and it is at the point at which the state of Nevada sort of angles. It has sort of two straight lines that do angle at a point, and I never really thought about that, but that is where Lake Tahoe is. I say that I know this because I've been there several times. Okay, to take in something to eat it potentially, and buff relative. To wax and buff as in a car exterior or something. I'm not sure what this is looking for. Brand name for the steroid mometasone. I don't know. Prince, e.g., a prince is a son by definition generally. And Chinese restaurant freebie. Not sure about that. Hot something? Yeah, not sure. Okay. What about this? Bit of detritus from a Thanksgiving meal. A cob. You could have corn on the cob, I suppose, at a Thanksgiving meal, so the cob could be left over. Biblical unit, a cubit, is a sort of ancient unit of measurement that's cited in the Bible. That could be. Irene and Frederick Joliot-Curie, there we go, co-winners of the 1935 Nobel Prize in Chemistry, of course, the famous Curies, discoverers of, I think, curium, polonium, and radium. Device that converts rotary motion into linear motion. A cog? Yeah, that makes sense. There's something rotating, and the cog can translate that into a linear sort of movement by the way it interacts with another piece. Room for creativity. Room for creativity. This is a physical room probably, but I'm not quite seeing what it is. Cubit might be wrong. Wyoming city, river, or mountain range. I'm not sure. I think there's a Laramie, Wyoming, maybe? Oh, maybe this isn't a cog, but a cam, which is, yeah, that would also make sense. And those are used in sort of the drivetrain of a car. Okay, let's try that. I'm pretty sure there is a Laramie, Wyoming. So there must also be a Laramie River and a mountain range. The Laramies or Laramie. Room for creativity. That doesn't necessarily help me with this, unfortunately. Oh, lab. Some sort of lab. An art lab, maybe, for creativity? 40 across alternative informally, and 40 across is European automaker. What would these be? Alpha and Fiat, maybe? Fiat is an Italian automaker, and then, yes, an Alfa Romeo is an automaker as well, but since the clue says informally, we could just refer to it as an Alfa, which is common for that make. Okay, so this probably is an art lab. And then ritual performed to break a spell. Oh, a rain dance maybe. Oh, break a spell of drought or something. That makes sense. Okay, so here we have block with a horn. Block with a horn. I'm not quite sure I'm seeing what that is. Toiletry holder in a carry-on. Traditional service. Sturdy fabric is... No, oops, not sure about that either, actually. Denigrate. To denigrate someone is to sort of abase them, or to insult them, or to diss, maybe. It's unclear. Dunno. I say that just because of diss, which came into my mind. Let's see if that helps. Country whose name is part of the NATO phonetic alphabet. I need to remember what the phonetic alphabet word is for I. India? How do I not just know this by now? I always struggle to remember the native phonetic alphabet, the international radio alphabet, but I think that is the case. India. I think that's right. Athletes who wear mawashi. That looks like a Japanese word, so my guess here would be sumo wrestlers. So let's try that. And then done for the day, say spent. You could say, I'm spent, I'm done for the day, I'm tired. So to amass is to run up, as in a total. To run up a total on a bill, say, would be to amass a total. That could be the answer. Let's look at this. Lavish display as of color. Not immediately seeing that. I'm going to put an R, though. Just keep doing what you're doing. Don't see that either. What about this? Vidalia, for one. That's an onion. That's a variety of onion. A white onion, I think? The islands of Hawaii, abbreviation, effectively, abbreviation. Interesting. Is this a sort of geological term? What about this one? Chinese restaurant freebie. Still not seeing it for some reason. And brand name for the steroid, not sure about that, I don't think. Rob of the West Wing. Oh, this isn't white onion. Is it a brown? No, what is it? This is Rob Lowe, is an actor, so there we go. So what is this? Oh, sweet onion. That's what, yes. Vidalia onions are sweet. That's their sort of, one of their defining characteristics. Okay, so the islands of Hawaii, effectively. Unfortunately, that doesn't help me yet. Lavish display as of color. Maybe I should delete that. Although, what else could it be? That seems like it has to be that. A lavish display as of color. So a what of color? A riot? Don't know about that. Buttery side dish that's often grilled. Buttery side dish that's often grilled. Okay. Texas toast. I don't really know what Texas toast is, but I've heard of it referenced. I think maybe the toast is incredibly thick. I don't really know what distinguishes it from ordinary toast, but I think that's the answer. So brand name for the steroid mometasone or mimetasone. Still not seeing what this is. Sorry about that. Okay, center. And just keep doing what you're doing. I want this to be and me, but that doesn't look right with this. This does look like riot, doesn't it? Lavish display of color, riot of color. I mean, it's not a phrase I really know, but I can see how it would make sense. So I'm gonna put it there because I just don't know what else would work, really. The islands of Hawaii, effectively. The islands of Hawaii, effectively. What does that mean? I don't know. Chinese, oh, hot tea, of course. That's often freely distributed at a Chinese restaurant. Okay. So just keep doing what you're doing. Don't mind me. That's what it is. Finally. Oh, mountains. The islands of Hawaii, effectively. Mountains sort of rising out of the sea. I see. That is plausible. I see what it's getting at. Okay. Okay. Something inex, maybe, with an I. What was this? Buff relative. Oh, tan? Is these in the sense of kind of skin tone colors? The problem is I have no idea what the steroid brand name is here. That's unfortunate. Handheld device discontinued in 2011. Oh, Palm Pilot. That was what was called a personal digital assistant, which was completely obviated by the existence of the smartphone. Ooh, this is a tough one. I just don't recognize this. I'm going to leave that to the end. Block with a horn. Sturdy fabric. Paul, who wrote Puppy Love. Paul Anka is a songwriter, so that could be the answer. Blank Hawaii, 2021 spinoff. There's that crime series NCIS that I think has a whole slew of spinoffs, so maybe that was this. Maybe this is one of them. NCIS. Goes down. And what about this? Takes a dim view. Oh, right. Didn't we have takes a dim view of somewhere else? I think we did. It was hate watch, right? How was that phrased? It was take a dim view of with a question mark. And then here we have takes a dim view of anyway, so pans. So give something a negative review. Maybe after you're done hate watching it, and pan it in a review. and then goes down. Oh, the sun goes down, it sets. There we go. So toiletry holder in a carry-on is a travel kit. There we go. You could have your toiletries in there. And block with a horn. Oh, an anvil. Okay. So, a big metal block with a horn coming off the end. There we go. That's what it is. So traditional service. Oh, I didn't read this clue before. So that's Latin Mass. So would have been much more common prior to the Vatican II Council. And, Latin church service and the Catholic church service. Sturdy fabric. Denim. Oh, right. Of course. That's straightforward. So piercing site, didn't look at this clue either. You could have your lip pierced. And then center. Oh, right. I'm in the center. I'm in the midst of the action. That is clearly the answer. Okay, so what do I think this is? Do I think it's an N? It is. Great. So there we have it. So my suspicion about buff was correct. Okay, well, there we go. That was the Friday crossword. Bit of a tricky one, not overwhelmingly so. But there we have it. We have sweet onion on Texas toast in the grid. Probably not a traditional accompaniment. Oh no, and there's the drilling. I should wrap up this video because once it starts, it just keeps going. And I've got the other games to record. So that's that for the Friday edition of the crossword. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back tomorrow for another themeless puzzle. The Saturday crossword could well be a very tricky one. Come back tomorrow and find out. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Friday. Take care.